Hello and good morning. Today we're going to talk about different types of books that you should be looking into to help you with your craft and to figure out which kind of witch you are, which you don't have to worry about. I said the word witch way too many times. But seriously, guys, I know that right now there's a lot of social media going around about which witch are you? Are you a green witch, kitchen witch, what path you are? And I'm here to tell you that it really doesn't matter, okay? I identify as a hearth witch. And the reason why I identify as a hearth witch is because I use my magic primarily for the protection and blessings of my home and family, which is what a hearth witch does. They use their magic primarily for their house. So the hearth witch So the hearth witch label really fits me in my magic, but it doesn't have to be that way for you. There is a thing called eclectic witches, which is where they grab different elements and aspects from different types of witches. And I wanted that to be known before we dive right into all the different book recommendations that I have. One of them that you may have already seen if you looked at some of my sexy content, and it's this book right here, Candleburning Rituals. And what this does is it just has different types of candle spells in here and different steps on how to do them. This one's for healing. You can see right there all the different aspects that you can read about. And it's a really good book, very light read. You can probably get this done in a weekend. And we have way more to go. The next books that I have with us is the Witchcraft for Beginners. And this book kind of goes over just a little gist of everything, the different types of witches that there are, the different holidays and festivals that most witches celebrate, and then it has different tools of the trade from candles to cauldrons and what you can use them for, and it also has different spells for you to learn. It's a very easy book to read. You can just grab it and read it over a weekend and suddenly you have more knowledge than you did before. I highly recommend it if you're just now getting started into witchcraft. Now this next book kind of goes along the lines of everything I've been talking about this whole video, The Path of the Witch. And this book is exactly how it sounds. It's there to help you figure out which witch you are. And it goes over every type of witch there is, including elemental witches, the ones that use earth, air, fire, and water, to the eclectic witches, the ones that have a little bit of everything. It goes over everything so much and in so much detail as to why they identify that way, what makes a certain witch that way, and then the different elements and aspects that they practice are different from the other witches. And it's a very good read. I got this book and I read it within like the first weekend that I got it, and it is very much a type of book that I use and I go back through when I want different types of information. So it's a great book to put little tabs, little notes, little sticky notes in there, so that you can keep going back to for more information. I love this book. It's definitely my top favorite to recommend to people. Now this next book I got by happenstance. I went to a store called Five Below, which is where everything is $5 or below, and they had these whole big things of books, and I started scanning and I was shocked to find this. It's all about crystals, from their physical property, their metaphysical properties, everything that you could ever want to know about every single crystal. Oh, I love this book. I love going back to it when I can't remember which crystal will do what for me. This is a great book. It's way faster and better than trying to Google things. Let me tell you about it. So it's definitely worth getting just to have in your collection, just to refer back to and to browse throughout, just to kind of keep up with your knowledge, because there's so many crystals, man. You're never going to remember them all. And it helps you with also how to identify different crystals, which is a really big thing because it's so easy to get crystals confused with other crystals, and when you get them confused, it's really hard to make your intentions and your magic from them because you're not sure that this is the right crystal to help you with whatever problem that you're having. And this book will help eliminate that problem. So it's definitely one that you should go and get. Now this book I got at the same Five Below store on the same day. The same day I found the crystals, I found this. It's all about different astrological signs, their love interest, their compatibility, what they will be well suited for in the workforce, their personality, everything that you would ever want to know about each astrological sign is in this book. And it goes over so much more than just that. I will say, like, it's taking astrology to the next level. You know, it's so much more than just the zodiac signs, but you get so much more information out of this. I absolutely love giving this book, especially when my family became polyamorous and we blended all together. We really needed to understand how each of our personalities work in order to make this family work. And this book helped tremendously So it's very, very, very highly recommended. If you're into astrology and you're incorporating that into your witchcraft and your magic, get this book. Now this book is really good for the kitchen witches or just for people who love to cook, but it's a little bit more than that. It's really for any witches. Like, I'm not a kitchen witch. I'm okay with cooking, but it's not like a favorite hobby of mine. But it's still the first book I ever got and the first book I will always love, and it is The Kitchen Witch. And this one has recipes for meals, recipe for spells, recipes for everything. I love this book. I love skimming through it. And would you believe me if I told you that I got so sucked into this book when I was learning about witchcraft in the beginning that I read it all in like 2 days? I was shocked. And it's very much like the type of book that you would make notes and go back to and go fumble through. You wouldn't exactly read it end to end in one go like I did. I'm just a little crazy. But it was so interesting. So many different types of recipes in here. I don't know if you can even read it, but these are like different teas. Like, we have the chamomile tea, the lavender tea, and they'll also tell you what they do for you metaphysically as well as physically, all the different recipes and how they will help with your witchcraft and your health. So that's why I highly recommend this book. It's so much information for not a lot of money, like $25. Alright guys, this is my last and final book. I have way more books to go through, but these are just the ones I'm going to go through in this video, and it's for your kiddos. I found this by happenstance at a Christian bookstore. I don't think they realized what they had, but it's the Book of Wizard Parties. And it's about different arts and crafts that you can do with your children. I know in here that there's one that gives you step-by-steps on how to make a robe. Somebody put the cover on upside down, but it's how to make like your wizard robe. And it's very like, see, it tells you step by step on how to do everything. And they have really fun arts and crafts projects in here, and they have stories. They give you like a little history lesson, that all at kid-friendly levels for them to practice and read about. They also have the zodiac signs in here. It's just so much fun. My kids love this book. We haven't done the arts and crafts from this book yet. We've only had it for a short period of time, but one day we will. And one thing I love about it is, you see this little spider? They tell you in the beginning that if you have a spider like this on your page, it means you need to go get an adult. You cannot do this by yourself. And I love that. It's so visual, it's so easy, so simple. They see the spider, they know to come get you. I absolutely love this book. I was amazed and floored when I found out, and I started looking through it and reading it, and I was like, I cannot believe we found this. It is so perfect. I'm going to show you the cover one more time. Go get it. And that is the gist of our video. Those are all the books that I highly recommend for you to go ahead and get started into your witchcraft. It will give you all the knowledge that you will ever need. There's a lot more books out there. I would love to find a book about tarot, and so that we can really get into that. I know a good bit about tarot, and I do plan on making a video about different oracle cards I have and different tarot cards I have and how you would use them and how I use them. And I can't wait to do that video. That may be next week, actually, because I'm so excited to tell y'all about it. It's one of my favorite things. It's one of those things I dabbled with, but wasn't sure if I was really good at it until I started doing readings for other people and then myself, and things started getting like scary accurate. And now I trust the tarot more than anything. Like, if I have problems in my life, I do a tarot reading, and that guides me through life. I'm not even going to lie to you. And it has worked out so well. Listening to the cards. When you don't listen to the cards, things get a little shaky. But anyways, I love y'all so much. Please make sure you like, follow, and share to help me out, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.